101-96. We now have a series tied at 2 games apiece. Here is Kyle Lowry.
It was like, it was a good game. It was fun. Their crowd is unbelievable. They got some, ruthless fans, but, they cheer hard for their team. But it was good. It was cool. We got a win. It was a hard-fought game. We knew it was going to be a little bit more physical. But, we found a way to win the game, and that's big for us. That was a big win for us.
Michael Luongo, Radio Pennsylvania Network. Just think about the fourth quarter, the way you guys just kind of took over there, especially that little run you guys had. They looked like 13-3 or something like that to kind of take control of the game. And what was going good at that point?
I think it was just playing. I think we got some stops. We rebounded really, we rebounded hard. I think tonight was like, one of the we tied them in rebounds tonight, and usually the last couple of games they've won the rebounding game, and I think that was big for us tonight. But during that stretch, Kawhi made some big shots, and we got to the free throw line. We were in the bonus a little bit. We were aggressive, but we found a way to win the game, and we shot 46%, and we held them to 40% from the field. So, a lot of things worked in our favor, but we can play so much better, I think.
Kyle, Anthony Gilbert, Hoop Magazine. You've been on this stage so many times, but people are trying to rewrite the narrative, saying that you disappear in the playoffs. But today, you got back to your game. You got a layup early, and you played Kyle Lowry-type basketball. Can you speak to that?
Just go out there and play. I know what my team needs sometimes, and I haven't given it to them. In Game 3, I didn't give it to them, and tonight was a more assertive me, a more of an effort to go out there and just try to go be more aggressive. And even tonight, I still passed them some shots that I could have took, but we got the win. And game 5 will be still the same way, coming out being aggressive and not worry about anything, but just going hooping whatever it takes for my team to win. And I think just the aggressiveness of me is what we need.
Kyle, there are a couple times they're doubling Kawhi or they're collapsing out on him, and there was one time he flicked it out to you. You buried the three. There another time Mark was able to do that. How important is it, not just for Kawhi's game, but for your guys' offense as a whole, to reward those types of passes and hit those big shots there?
We gotta continue to play better. He's carried us offensively, and when he gives us, when he makes those passes, we gotta make those guys pay. And we did that tonight. We made some big shots, and last couple of games, I think we've passed up a lot of shots in the right place sometimes just to shoot the ball, and we passed up a lot in Game 3 and Game 2, and tonight we didn't pass up many shots. We kind of just shot the ball and just whatever happened. I mean, we 10 for 31 from 3, and we missed some open ones.
Kyle, Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun. You've been in these playoff situations year after year. Today you play with partial Pascal, with almost a 6-man lineup. Is this as large a win as you have had as a Raptor?
I don't know. I don't know. It was a good win. It was a good win for us. It's a stepping stone. We got to build off of it, though. We can't be satisfied with it. We really got to build off of it, and watch the film tomorrow, get our rest, and prepare for Game 5.
We're going to go to second row.
Kyle, it can be a tendency to watch Kawhi
Mm-hmm.
in such a streak. How do you break out of that, wanting to contribute? How do you guys break away from that?
Just go play. I said it after Game 3 that we had to help him a little bit more. And tonight we all kind of stepped up a little bit more. But Pascal playing hurt and tough and through. We knew everybody had to step up, and Serge played a good game, and Mark had a good game. Danny made some big free throws. He didn't shoot it well, but he played hard. But we took shots that were there, and that's the big thing. We got to take the shots that are there. They're a swarming team, and when they swarm, we got to make them pay. And we made some big shots tonight.
Last question. Go back there.
I know you both have one on now each other's court, but even this series, you regained the home court advantage. You can talk about what, if anything, that means for you guys for the rest of this series.
We got to go play and go win. And home court means, you're playing at home, you got your crowd, but we still got to go out there and play. both teams have won on the road, and now we got to go protect home. We got to play really, really hard and just feed off of everything we can get from home.
Kyle, Mike Sealski from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Just what's going through your mind when Kawhi, goes from the left side of the court to the right side of the court and hits that three to put you guys up 4? Embiid is right in his face. That's a pretty tough shot.
Go in, ball. Thank you.
Kawhi Leonard, just another average day at the office for him. He's averaging 37.7 in this series, scored 39 in this one. 4 straight games of 30 or more for the Toronto Raptors. That is a franchise record. Kawhi Leonard, 39 points, 14 rebounds in Game 4, leading his team to victory. Here he is.
Obviously, when they try to trap, take the ball out of your hands, you give it up, you circle back around, you get the ball again. Not so much basketball because that's obviously practice, but what is it about your temperament that seems like you're never flustered or worried or get sped up? You just kind of move at your pace.
Just really growing up and learning from players, watching great players, seeing how they either control the game or just playing at their own speed and not trying to be rushed by the defender. But I was fortunate enough to be on some pretty good teams early. So I was able to, see, defenses go on deep playoff runs and, try to pretty much establish that early. And, I feel like that probably helped me out, to today now that I'm 27.
Michael Grange from Sportsnet. Kawhi, what were you thinking? I heard what Kyle thought, but what were you thinking when you were kind of setting into that shot with just a minute left? They looked like they're trying to corral you. You had 2 defenders. What were you looking at?
Just really came off a pick and roll and, tried to stay aggressive. They ended up switching. Embiid's a good defender, long. So at the time, I just looked up at the shot clock and tried to get as much space as possible and, and just took a shot and believed that it was going to go in, and it did. Once it left my hand, it did. I was telling them just in the past, playing in a regular season, I had times that I took those shots and they came up short. So I guess I was thinking as well at the time, just making sure.
Well, you heard Kawhi Leonard say it. I believe those shots were going in. Certainly worked out for him. 13 for 20 from the field. Jimmy Butler, 29 and 11. We're looking to hear from him in the 76ers next. So Jimmy Butler averaging 25 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists in the last 3 games. That includes the 29, 11, and 4 he put up in this Game 4 loss. And now we have a 2-2 series. Here is Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy, center, Gerard Hector BSO. Is there anything differently going forward? I mean, look, the series is 2-2, so, essentially everybody won their home court. What has to happen differently for you guys in Game 5 in Toronto?
I don't know. I think we got to start the game off a little better, get back in transition, do what we were doing whenever we won. That's all I got, Same mindset for me. I don't know. We'll find out when the game gets here.
Jimmy Joel told us his situation, getting an IV this morning, and Brett said he didn't even know if he was going to be able to go. We heard you mic'd up in the prior game, talking to him during the game. What was it like for you talking to him during this game about his condition?
Same thing. Tell him to be aggressive. I want him to shoot it, when he's open, pass it when he's not. Like I said before, I think at times we make the game a little bit more difficult than it has to be. But, we still ride with him. We don't care how many you take, how many you miss. You're our best player for a reason, and we're going to win, we're going to lose with you. We're in it together.
Jimmy over here, Dave McMenamin, ESPN, piggybacking on that, staying with Joel. Throughout the course of the game, did you see flashes of it, and did you kind of know that it wasn't his day at any point?
We just want him to be aggressive, You know, hell, if you're going to go 2 for 7, go 2 for 20. I'm with it. You know, like I said, we rocking with Joe. That's what we need out of him, to always be aggressive. Moving forward, we expect the same thing. Go show why you're so dominant night in, night out on both ends of the floor. But, you know, he's a little bit sick, banged up. So we got a day to get him right.
Jimmy, Kai Garland, Sixers Wire. When it comes to Kawhi, I mean, he just made some ridiculous shots. Is it something where you just kind of tip your cap to him and move on, or is there something more that you can do with him?
No, he's just a really good player. And he's been doing that for a long time now in the league. He's done that every game of this series. So, I mean, I don't know what else he could do.
Kevin Kincaid from Crossing Broad. Jimmy, I'm over here. There's this stretch in the fourth quarter where you guys just weren't getting much out of those offensive possessions. Joel missed a couple free throws. Tobias had a couple threes. You had the three that you got your own rebound off of. Were you guys happy with the looks that you were getting there? Was the offense just not clicking at that point?
I really don't know. We just didn't make shots. I can't tell you, you know, during that stretch what shots that we got, but I know if we put the ball up towards the basket, we living with it. Everybody takes shots that we know and think that we can make. You know, when you go back and watch a film, we'll talk about it, figure out ways to where that doesn't happen. But as of right now, I'm okay with every shot we took.
Jimmy, Michael DeLongo, Radio Pennsylvania. Just 2 out of 3 now with this series, going back to Toronto for Game 5. Just talk about the confidence level, the excitement that this team has now for the remainder of this series. Now it's the best 2 or 3.
We're confident, but I don't think we can get too confident and settle, get comfortable. We know how good of a team we are. We know how we're supposed to perform. It's all about going out there and doing it. I think at times people get lost in talking about it and have a good time being here instead of doing what we're supposed to do. I like it. You know, we got humbled tonight. I'm proud of it. You know, hopefully we go and do what we're supposed to do.
Jimmy, just here to your right. Nick Madalinos, ESPN Australia. Ben's had a couple of quiet games in a row now. Is there anything that you say to him just ahead of Game 5 to sort of help get him going, or is he more of, he doesn't need that kind of thing?
If you ask Ben, I told Ben every time down the floor to attack. Every single time. I'm cool with if coach calls a play and you feel like you got the mismatch, by all means, attack. And then coach will be like, why'd you do it? And I promise you, I will say, I told him to do it. I want Ben to be as aggressive, just like I tell Joe to be aggressive. Attack. We're not going to win without you guys. You have to be ready to attack at any point in time. Damn sure in transition. He has the ball in transition. Ben, don't pass the ball in transition. Attack every single time. That's how we're going to win this game. Perfect.
Game 5 is Tuesday night in Toronto. So, Sam, looking at this series, how balanced it is, 2-2, does either team have an advantage going into Game 5?
I think so. I mean, first, you got to give an advantage. The winner of Game 5 wins, what, 87% of the series been played?
We'll trust your math on that.
Well, something like that. I know it's over 85%. And we already know that home team has the advantage. And the way Kawhi Leonard's playing right now, he's just playing too comfortable. And they let Kawhi Leonard go home, and they have the same game plan defensively against him as they've had in the other 4 games. Why would we expect anything different? He's not just going to miss. He's playing at such a high level with so much confidence. You got to make him uncomfortable. You got to change how he's playing. Right now, he's just coming off the screens, doing what he wants to do, and he's in too good a rhythm. You got to disrupt him and make someone else beat you.
Yeah, and I look at it as, I think if you're Nick Nurse, you found something with playing Serge and also Gasol together. And I love the way Serge, he took a couple threes, he missed them bad, but then he got down on the block on some smaller guys, made 2 jump hooks, had 12 points, 9 rebounds, a couple blocks. If they can stay big and then get Pascal Siakam back playing well, I think they have the advantage in Game 5.
To your point, Ibaka and Gasol played just 7 minutes in the regular season in the first 8 playoff games together. They played 23 minutes together in this game. They were a +7, and that's really an indication of where you take that plus-minus and you really pay attention to it.
That was huge for Toronto. And let's talk about Marc Gasol's defense and Embiid. Embiid had a great Game 3, and we gave him a lot of credit, and he deserved a lot of credit when he had 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks, and was the most dominant player on the floor. But in the other 3 games in this series, Marc Gasol's done a great job of limiting Embiid. Ibaka's offense finally came around today, as did Kyle Lowry's. So with 2 of the last 3 games in Toronto, I think the Raptors are in great shape, especially given that they have the best player on the floor in Kawhi Leonard.
Certainly, it seems like the Toronto Raptors, with 2 of those last 3 games in this series, if needed, at home, they seem to be in the driver's seat just a little bit. Well, that does it for the Toronto Raptors Philadelphia 76ers post-game presser. We'll also have the Portland Trail Blazers and the Denver Nuggets coming up later. Smitty, stop being clumsy.
Hey, man, that's Sam, man.